Beardo Benjo.
Okay, let's try something different today. I have a timer on my phone set for 8 minutes. Now I have this timer because I've got this horrible habit of talking far too much in these videos. I always want them to be 10 minutes or less, and then I ramble, and they become these 20-minute long, unruly beasts, and no one wants to listen to me talk for 20 minutes. I completely understand that. I completely do. Today's actually my day off as well. I didn't want to make a video today, but Meta made an announcement last night, and I want to comment on it. So, 8 minutes on the clock. When the timer's up, the video finishes. I'll bid you farewell, and we're done. We get the hell out of there. Now, before I start this timer, there's also a man outside my house building a wall. I don't know why, he's just building a wall, and he might be trying to box me in, and I am a little bit concerned about that, but if you hear banging, that's why. Man's got to build a wall. Let's start the timer. Boop. So, last night, Meta announced that the Quest 2 would be increasing in price. That's right, increasing in price by £100 or $100 starting on the 1st of August. So that means the 128GB version of the Quest will now be £399 or dollars, and the 256GB version of the Quest will be £499 or dollars. So I wanted to come on here today and just air my thoughts on this whole thing. Now, to kickstart the video, I wanted to make two statements. Two things that I immediately wanted to say off the back of that announcement. The first statement is this. As of the 1st of August, on the 1st of August, I will still truly and personally believe that the Quest 2 is still the best value proposition in VR. Even with the price increase, I would recommend this as the starter VR headset, the gateway VR headset to almost everyone. I do think it's still going to be the best value proposition in VR. It's the best build quality, it's got a solid back catalogue of games, they've secured some genuinely meaningful exclusives that you can only play on this headset in this ecosystem. It's a honestly very impressive PC VR headset if you have a PC to play VR games, and it does seem to get better by the day on that front. Airlink, for me anyway, does seem to be constantly improving, and my performance on it recently has been genuinely brilliant. So I truly believe that, even with the £100 or $100 price increase on the 1st of August, I do still think it's the best value proposition in VR. However, statement 2 is this. The price increase itself is crazy. I've never seen anything like this in all my years working in and around video games. Never seen anything like this. Just so you know where I'm coming from, I worked for a video game retailer in the UK for 12 years, so a third of my life was spent working for this video game retailer. I started as a Christmas temp, and I worked all the way up to manager, and then I left because they wanted me to manage my store and a bunch of other stores, but they didn't want to pay me any more money, so yeah, I bounced. But during that time, I launched tons of consoles. The Wii, the 360, the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, tons of handhelds. I've seen so many consoles come onto the market, and I've dealt with those launches and then the years that follow those launches. I have never ever seen a piece of hardware like that launch into the market at one price point and then 2 years later have an increase of £100. I've never seen that. I don't know if that's actually ever happened before. Are there any documented cases of that happening? The thing that really throws me about it is it's happening and they're not offering anything extra. They're not offering anything different. This isn't like a slimline version of the Quest. It's not like a better chipset version of the Quest or a better hard drive or something that comes bundled with a more robust head strap. It isn't any of that. It's the exact same Quest. If you buy a Quest today and I buy a Quest in a week's time, we're both getting the exact same product, but I'm spending £100 more. I've never seen that. I don't think that's ever happened in the world of console gaming. Now, you might be thinking, But Beardo, why are you comparing it to consoles? It's not a console. Now, I would argue there that the closest comparison we have is a console. The Quest 2 as a native or standalone VR device can most closely be compared to something like an Xbox or a PS4 or a Switch. It has its own ecosystem, its own infrastructure, and the majority of people are buying it for gaming. They want to stick it on their face and game. The next biggest majority are probably buying it for fitness, but it's still most comparable to a video game console. Now, if we use that same analogy, one of the reasons I don't think we've ever seen something like this happen before is because competition exists. If the PS5 upped their prices of the console tomorrow by £100 and $100, then the Xbox One X and One S would reap the benefits of that. They would go so big on their marketing to get people to buy into that new, huge price disparity between the two machines. Everyone would flock over to Xbox. If Xbox did it, if they increased by the £100, everyone would flock to PlayStation. If Nintendo did it with the Switch, it's not quite the same because they kind of stand alone, but maybe that would drive more people towards considering a Steam Deck or one of the many brilliant Android kind of portable gaming devices that you can get now, the Linux-based gaming devices you can get now. There's competition in that market, so them increasing the price would be detrimental to themselves because they're trying to stay competitive. I think one of the biggest factors in the Quest 2 price increase is the fact that there's no competition. There's still no competition. They can do this even 2 years after release and they will not be challenged. Because if you still want to buy into VR, they know they're still the cheapest on the market. They know they still offer the best value proposition. That statement I made at the start, they're completely aware of that themselves. So they can do this and they can get away with it without really any repercussions. The Pico Neo, you could argue, is a close comparison for competition, but it isn't available as widely as the Quest. The build quality isn't as good as the Quest. They don't have the exclusives of the Quest. So right now, is it really competition? No. Pico Neo 4 might be. In a few years, we might have some headsets that can comfortably take the Quest on, but right now it stands alone. It stands ahead of everyone else, and they are aware of that. Now, in the blog post, they did point to rising costs of components and rising costs of development and manufacturing. And you know what? Yeah, maybe that's true. I've just lived through 2 years where everything in my life has increased in price. My national insurance, my income tax, my rent, my council tax, my food, the gas and electric, the fuel we put in the car, everything costs more now. I understand that. We're living in the middle of a cost of living crisis that is pushing the cost of everything up. But this is still unprecedented, and I've never seen anything like this. My overriding theory on the whole thing is this. Quest has no competition. They're aware they have no competition. When PSVR 2 comes out, it's going to be amazing, but is it still really competition? Because you have to buy the PS5. They know they're standing alone in this market, they're dominating the market, they kind of have a monopoly on this market. So sticking an extra £100 on there, people are still going to buy it. Yes, sales might slow, but it isn't going to kill sales. And my second theory is this. The Cambria's coming. The Quest Pro's coming. And they want to shorten or make smaller that price gap in between the two headsets. Because if it's small enough, people might consider buying upwards. But right now, the disparity in the price gap is too big, so people will just buy downwards. I think I have 5 seconds left. That's actually quite well timed. There's the alarm. It's going off. Right, that's the end of the video. That's all I wanted to say on the matter. I think Quest stands alone. They stand unchallenged, and they can make these kinds of insane, unprecedented monetary increases in the price and the cost of their headset. I've never known anything like this. What do you think? Please do put some comments down below. I'd love to speak to some of you about this. I do think it's crazy. I still love my Quest. And as I said, I do still think it's the best value proposition on the market. But I can't help but think this decision is tied to the release of the Cambria, which is still due to come at some point in this year, and they want to shrink the gap between the two headsets to make the Cambria more appealing because we know it's going to cost more. And then I also know that they are just not challenged in the market right now. So if they can get away with a £100 price increase because costs have gone up a little bit, why not? Let's do it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. I hope you've enjoyed this random 8-minute long rant, which is probably going to be 10 minutes now. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon for another one. See you later.